With the general election just days away, county clerk's offices across the Panhandle are keeping plenty busy. KNEBtv News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEBtv News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEBtv News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, restrictions in place at certain facilities that normally serve as polling stations in Scottsbluff County have prompted changes and consolidations for a handful of voting sites next week. According to Election Commissioner Kelly Sides, 2 sites each in Scottsbluff and Morrill will change for next Tuesday for reasons related to the pandemic.
There were mask requirements at some of our polling places, and that is not something that we can enforce. We highly recommend the mask wearing, but I cannot require it.
In addition, Sides tells KNEB News while the county is generally in decent shape regarding polling site staffing, she could use some additional staff given the impact of the pandemic and related quarantines. Anybody that is willing to help out by staffing a polling station, which is a paid position, can do so by emailing her at elections@scottsbluffcounty.org. Well, the number of new cases of COVID-19 in the Panhandles continues to reach new record highs. Unified Command announcing yesterday that the Panhandle has seen 321 new COVID-19 cases, as well as 129 recoveries since their Monday afternoon briefing. Yesterday, they said the new cases by county include 206 in Scottsbluff, 24 in Box Butte, 23 in Cheyenne, 16 in Morrill, 14 in both Dawes and Garden counties, 11 in Kimball, 9 in Sheridan, 3 in Dual, and 1 case under investigation. The recoveries by county include 48 in Scottsbluff, 35 in Box Butte, 13 in Sheridan, 12 in both Cheyenne and Dawes, 5 in Morrill, and 2 in both Dual and Garden counties. Through Thursday evening, the Panhandle has seen 2,260 total cases, 16 deaths, 1,365 recoveries, leaving 879 active cases. Those cases include 554 in Scottsbluff, 103 in Box Butte, 64 in Dawes, 44 in Cheyenne, 35 in Sheridan, 31 in Morrill, 22 in Garden, 17 in Kimball, 5 in Dual, 2 in Banner, and 1 lone case in Sioux County. PPHD Director Kim Engel says there's a strong chance that the risk dial moves into the red next week. And with 52 active COVID hospitalizations in the Panhandle, the threat is the highest it has been to date.
But guys, this increase in numbers we're having is really significant. Not only just in the number of cases, but in the number of hospitalizations. And I would say if it hasn't seemed real before, it's real now.
PPHD health officials say people should continue to wear a mask whenever possible, wash your hands often, and keep practicing social distancing. And a bizarre crash yesterday afternoon at the Big Bats convenience store in Scottsbluff. Police say 18-year-old Alyssa Wiedemann ran her 2000 white Honda sedan into the convenience store on West Overland. Wiedemann indicated she accidentally pushed the accelerator instead of the brake while in the parking lot. There was an estimated $2,000 damage to the vehicle and $5,000 of damage to the building. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer will tell you what weather to expect for trick-or-treating tomorrow night. He's got your weekend weather forecast right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we offer loans with competitive rates and quick decisions from our experienced lenders. Our team works hard to get to know you and your business. From ag to auto, home loans, and everything in between, we're here to help. Stop by Platte Valley Bank or apply online to find the loan that is right for you today.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
This is KNEBtv weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, pretty quiet here across the region as we go through the evening hours. Temps going to fall down into the 40s, eventually down into some of the upper 30s, but it is going to be a pretty mild night out there tonight. All things considered, as we're going to be in front of a cold front that's going to come through later on tonight into early tomorrow morning. Now, this frontal system is not going to provide any precip, mostly some windy conditions tomorrow afternoon and cooler, but not significantly cooler, but cooler than where we were today. By Sunday, we turn a bit warmer, then very nice conditions for next week. We're going to keep an eye on next weekend for the arrival of the next system, which looks like it's going to bring colder conditions and maybe active chances of some snow back to the region. But again, that's another 7 days away. 56 yesterday for a high, about got to normal. That snow almost gone out there, and certainly in the sunny areas it is. Nothing in the rain gauge yesterday. We have 4,800s for the month. That's where we're going to end October, and well below normal for the year as we continue. Now, we talk about well below normal. This is the latest drought monitor updated yesterday. It's going to take a lot of snow from what we got over the weekend. We're going to have several of those snow systems before we really make any dent into our extreme drought conditions here across the region that's going to hang on for the next several weeks, if not months. High temperature or current temperatures out there today. Look at these. We're in the upper 50s. Had temps into the low 60s this afternoon. That colder air, again, off to our north and east, up in the Dakotas and Minnesota. As you look across all of our area, we're in the 50s tonight. A beautiful evening. If you have a home playoff football game out there, some this afternoon, some this evening, a very nice day for that, and a very nice evening for that as well. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 15 miles an hour. So no major concerns out there tonight. We're going to be clear and quiet here across the region. Nothing happening here across the region. It just is abundantly clear and quiet. Lows are going to fall off into the 30s. That's it overnight. Some low 40s even out there, as it's going to be a very comfortable evening. For tomorrow, we start the day off with some sunshine, and we're going to have a frontal system. You saw just some clouds there with that frontal system coming through. Some gusty winds will develop in the afternoon, but that's it. It's going to remain sunny, quiet out there tomorrow as well. Nothing going on, and we're going to look for high temperatures tomorrow. Well, right up into the 40s and 50s, so about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than where we were today. But that's it. That's our one short cool down, and we're going to warm right back up again. Clear skies tonight, lows down around 36, winds at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. For tomorrow, it is going to be sunny. Now, there's going to be some gusty winds developing in the afternoon out of the northwest, 20 to 30 miles an hour. That's really the only downfall for tomorrow. And temperatures into the low 50s. Could see a few of those gusty winds for your trick-or-treating. Otherwise, it's just going to be clear and nice. Lows down into, or temperatures into the low 40s, probably when you're doing any of that early trick-or-treating. And then our 7-day forecast, we fall back, don't forget, as we go into Sunday morning. So make sure you set those clocks back an hour. It's going to give us 60 degrees for Sunday. Not bad. Then look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mid to upper 60s, a few low 70s sprinkled in there. Mainly dry conditions. Sunshine abound. Little chance of any precip. And we're going to be looking at nice conditions through the work week. Again, next weekend, especially Saturday night into Sunday, could be seeing our next system arrive. But until then, it's dry and quiet here across the high plains.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Renewal by Andersen, it's about our people. We're a family-owned local company with the best windows, patio doors, and installation teams anywhere. But before our customers ever get to installation, they speak with our advisors in the office. We're so proud of our people. They're very experienced, organized, and at Renewal by Andersen, we know that our customers' time is so valuable. We assure you signature service from the first phone call to the installation day. Renewal by Andersen, a local family company. It's about our people.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Welcome back. The grand opening of the Carol A. Fuller Charity Foundation Dog Park in Mitchell will take place tomorrow, Halloween Day, from noon to 3 in Mitchell. Steve Morgheim with Skipper's Cupboard told KNEB News it's the newest, most modern, nicely landscaped, well-equipped, and brightly lit dog park in the entire state of Nebraska.
It's got buffalo grass, it's got an obstacle course, good fencing, good lights, state-of-the-art security cameras, lots of free parking, handicap parking.
Canines in costume can win great prizes during Saturday's grand opening, and admission, parking, and food by Lazy Bum and J.A. Keys Barbecue are free. The park is located just east of the Scottsbluff County Fairgrounds in Mitchell. Well, Scottsbluff Economic Director Star Leal says now that the nearly 2 months of production that Pilgrim Media Group spent filming episodes of Street Laws has wrapped, the total economic impact numbers have been submitted. She says the estimated economic impact to the area is in the $2 million range. She says we are fortunate in western Nebraska to have the facilities and resources available to accommodate the filmmaking industry and is looking for the next filming opportunity. And a 30-year-old Scottsbluff man has been sentenced to a total of 4 to 6 years in prison for his role in a violent robbery and assault that occurred in March. Bryce Holcomb was sentenced yesterday on his convictions of attempted robbery and 2 counts of terroristic threats. District Judge Andrea Miller sentenced Holcomb to 4 to 6 years on the first count and 2 to 3 years on the latter counts, with all 3 sentences to run concurrently. Court documents say that when police arrived to the scene, they made contact with 3 people that were severely beaten. Authorities say Holcomb entered the home with 2 other individuals and repeatedly kicked and punched one of the victims. He then reportedly punched a woman in the face, dragging her on the floor, and had a telephone cord wrapped around her neck. He then demanded the keys to a pickup and took the victim's cell phones. Well, straight ahead, Jason Jorgensen talking all things Huskers with Sean Callahan. He'll have your Husker chat right after this on KNEBtv News.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Come in and see gifts for everyone at TC and More. Great gifts are waiting at TC and More, 1621 Broadway, Scottsbluff.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Jason Jorgensen here for Husker Chat, brought to you by Newcomb Diesel of Kearney. On Wednesday, officials from Wisconsin announced that the school would be pausing all team activities for at least 7 days after a dozen people within the program had tested positive for COVID-19. That includes head coach Paul Christ. That means this weekend's matchup between the Huskers and Badgers won't be played and will not be rescheduled. The weekly episode of Husker Chat was recorded prior to this announcement, so we've edited portions of the recording. Thanks for watching and enjoy.
Finally, a game day. Side Adrian to the 5. Adrian Martinez in. Touchdown, Nebraska. 5-20, 15-10. Knocked out of bounds inside the 10. Luke McCaffrey. Hit and goes down. And that's a sack for the Huskers.
Jason Jorgensen with you as we bring you another version of Husker Chat, brought to you by Newcomb Diesel of Kearney. As always, we're joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online, as we take a look back at Nebraska's loss last weekend at Ohio State. Well, Sean, they have one game in the books. We all kind of knew it was going to be tough for that trip for the Huskers out to Columbus, Ohio. What was kind of your overall take on what you saw?
Well, for about 28 minutes, I mean, you really liked where it was going. And I think you knew Nebraska, as you mentioned, Jason, was going to have a hard time going blow for blow, but they did for almost an entire half. And then they gave Ohio State an inch, and they made it a mile. With the chance to go up at halftime, it was 17-14 Ohio State. Then they made it 24-14, and then they scored out of the locker room, and that was the game. As Scott Frost said, they went up 31-14, and I think Nebraska kind of spiraled at that point. But I still think on paper this is a better team. I think Adrian Martinez looked better. I like how they used Luke McCaffrey. I think in the line of scrimmage, they may have lost some key guys, but there was a lot to like from both the offensive and the defensive line. Now the running back play, I would have liked to have seen that be a little bit more productive, as well as wide receivers. We just didn't really get a good feel for those groups. The tight ends looked a lot better for Nebraska. So yeah, there was a lot to kind of build on now.
You were there for the game. You had a great tweet. You said there's less people here than what there will be for an 8-man state football championship game. What was it like? Was it surreal?
Yeah, it was 1,344 people, and that included workers, media, and then the parents that were there. Usually you would think the parents would all kind of be huddled together, but they had marked seats with chair backs, 4 in each, 4 basically spaced out in groups of 4. So it didn't look, you couldn't even see the people really at all, the way they were so spread apart for social distancing. And they had some fake crowd noise and things piped in, but yeah, it just felt different. I mean, even from our perspective, there wasn't a press box announcer. So you literally sat in silence in the press box. And I mean, you really got to zone in without that. You kind of take for granted having a guy yell out the yardage and the play after every play when you're sitting there covering a game. So yeah, there were a lot of different elements to be in there. We got our temperature taken. It was 2 people at a time going in and out of the elevators. So there were some protocols. Once we got cleared with our temp, they gave us a blue sticker. And that kind of let us know that we were cleared to be in the press box. So yeah, there was just a lot of things that were unique. No traffic. That's probably one of the hardest stadiums to pull into I've ever been to. And literally I pulled in like I was just pulling up to an empty high school stadium to go watch a practice. So it was definitely pretty surreal.
You mentioned the quarterbacks, Adrian Martinez and Luke McCaffrey. Nebraska had them on the field sometimes at the same time. How do you think they kind of use this and kind of go forward and make the most out of these two? Because at times it worked.
Yeah, you saw Martinez, I think, play a little bit over 40 snaps, and McCaffrey was on the field for about over 20. So they found a good blend, almost 65-35 type of split between those two quarterbacks. But the bottom line is, they are 2 of Nebraska's best playmakers, and they want to get those guys on the field and utilize that playmaking ability. And I thought they had a very good plan. I don't know if they want to necessarily keep pounding McCaffrey as he's an I-back, because I don't know how well he can hold up. They got 8 more games in a row here, Jason, when you count the December 18th championship game week where everybody plays another game still. So it will be interesting how they get more creative with those two players. But I think they made it very clear they're both going to be a very big part of this offense.
Today on Husker Chat, brought to you by Newcomb Diesel of Kearney, we're joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. Now let's talk about the areas where Nebraska has to be improved. Unfortunately, there were the mental mistakes again. That's been a reoccurring, theme. Scott Frost's tenure as head coach, and also the defense continue to have some issues, especially on second and third and long.
Yeah, offensively, just those little delay game penalties or holding calls. We just saw Nebraska gets completely off schedule, and what they want to do just doesn't work. They're so much better with a fresh 1st and 10. They're not built to be 1st and 15 or 1st and 20. And especially when the receivers weren't getting open against Ohio State's coverage. Ohio State had great coverage down the field, and Nebraska's guys just weren't really getting much separation to make up that kind of yardage. Hopefully that changes going forward. And then defensively, they were credited with 3 sacks on Justin Fields. They tried to blitz at times. The positive, I would say, is they didn't allow a lot of big plays, especially on the ground. They limited the ground game, made them really earn what they got. And even through the air, Jason, Ohio State took what was there. And Justin Fields, I said this after the game, I've seen a lot of good quarterback play against Nebraska in my 20 years around the teams they've played. And he's right up there with some of the best I've ever seen play against Nebraska. I mean, I would go all the way back to maybe Sam Bradford when he was at Oklahoma, Jason White. I've seen some pretty good Heisman Trophy winning type quarterbacks play over the years. And, he was stepping above a lot of guys I've ever seen play, and maybe the best I've seen ever play a game against Nebraska, especially now that I've seen him 2 years in a row.
Here's the portion of Husker Chat where Sean discusses the rumors surrounding this weekend's game. Of course, at this time, we did not know if the game would be played or not. We decided to keep this portion of the show in the episode, but again, the game will not be played as on Wednesday, Wisconsin announced they are pausing all football activities for at least 7 days. Well, how about this one this week? Of course, already there's been a lot of COVID talk. Who will Wisconsin have available? Will they make it to Lincoln for the game? If it does happen, it does look like this is potentially a break for the Huskers, as Wisconsin will be shorthanded at the quarterback position.
Well, Jason, for the game to be canceled, and they don't make these up if they don't play, there would have to be, the color coding would have to be red. There's 2 different levels of color. And in order for them to get red, they would need, I believe, 35 total positives or somewhere in that ballpark. I had somebody from Nebraska kind of break it down for me this week. So it's extremely difficult to get to that red number. The position group quarterback right now, we know Jack Cohn, their original starter, is out with a broken foot. We know Graham Mertz, their new starter, is out with COVID for 21 days. Chase Wolf, their third quarterback after those two, was, evidently a positive COVID test. We don't know where that's at least here as of Tuesday. And then after that, they have probably at least 2 more quarterbacks. So you would think they would have to play the game with 2 other available quarterbacks, potentially 3 on their roster. It's not ideal, but nothing about 2020 college football is going to be ideal. And every team is going to have to face situations like this.
Well, good point. This is a season that we've never seen before, and hopefully we don't ever have to see anything like this again. Sean, as always, thanks a lot for the time.
Thanks, Jason.
And that was Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online, joining us once again for Husker Chat. We'll be here every week, and once again is brought to you by Newcomb Diesel of Kearney. I'm Jason Jorgensen.
Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
Compliments for You and Your Home invites you to the Holiday Open House, October 30th through November 7th. Let us take you on a tour and help you find the perfect gift. From tree decorations to carolers, get great savings throughout the store and brighten up your home for all your special occasions. We'll also have door prizes and refreshments. Join us October 30th through November 7th for the Holiday Open House at Compliments for You and Your Home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, we believe in personalized planning for your financial goals.
As your retirement income partners, our concern for your success combined with resources from Raymond James can help you make confident decisions for your financial future.
Our team of financial advisors will help you make your money work just as hard as you did to earn it. After all, our goal is to help you reach your financial goals.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Kevin Fig, Financial Advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation pre-retirement review.
And finally tonight, Harry Potter's World of Hogwarts has landed at the Night Museum and Sandhills Center in Alliance with a life-size display of Diagon Alley this week through November 7th. Becky Thomas, the museum director, says the display of 12 buildings is not a traveling exhibit, but one created by Kim and Max Galeon.
And with all the windows, and most of her windows, like at the bookstore, there's a book that turns the pages. The Cauldron Shop, the cauldron is self-stirring. It's phenomenal. We had no idea. It takes our entire foyer. It meanders through our our gallery, and including the bank, which has a 12-foot dragon on the top of it, and comes through Creepy Alley, which is phenomenal and fits in well with Halloween, down through the medieval castle into Hogwarts.
From now until Halloween, the museum is open until 7 p.m., and live characters from the Harry Potter movies will be on hand. Free will donations are accepted and will go to the food pantry, diaper depot, community table, and capstone. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Have a happy Halloween weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.